Match Video today. I'm going to be telling you all of the progression for both the planes and classes. So let's get right into it. So your first plane, you're obviously going to start out with the Doogie. Now once you get this plane, I highly recommend you to just straight up go for the Boeing. Now you may be thinking, go for this plane. Well, it's not that much, but if you do want to go for this plane to make your grind a little bit easier for your 10K or 20K, I do think that you should. It's optional though. I grinded just straight up for the Boeing. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is either go for the airliner or the B700 Superjet. Now the thing about the airliner is that it's so expensive. It costs 50K. And you're just getting 50 plus speed, which honestly ain't that good. For double that, you could get let's see. You could get 350 more speed by buying the B700. I don't own it. I only own the Bone Corday. But you're gonna want to not get the Citrus B50 is because of how bad it is. Now, the Citrus B50 is really terrible. It only has one engine, which because it has one engine, this means that every single time it gets on fire, you can't wait. If it gets destroyed by the aliens, you're cooked. You don't have another engine. So do not buy the Citrus. I highly do not recommend buying the Citrus. If you want to, I guess, but for collection only, it's a very terrible plane. If you guys want to see and you guys want proof, just go to my video. So then after you get the B700 Superjet, it's going to be a big amount, but 350K. It's going to be kind of easier because you're pretty much already halfway to there, and then it's going to be pretty fast because you're basically going 350 miles slower. And if you just want to save up overall and not get the Bone Corday, it's not going to be your worst option. It'll be honestly decent to do it. But I do highly recommend getting the Bone Corday. It is the best plane in the game now. If you guys do want a showcase, it will be at the end screen. So make sure you guys click on that. The best plane for doing a duo strat is... the best plane with doing a high amount of people with bigger crew size is obviously the airliner. That's why it's good. It's basically just for groups, people. If you guys want to have a party on board or something. And actually, surprisingly, the Boeing 767 actually goes. It has the same amount of crew size. So yeah. Then the best plane for doing a duo strat is gonna have to be the Citrus B50. Because of how small it is, you could have somebody going to the engine while somebody flying, and then because of how small it is going to be easier to get around. If you guys are going to want to get passengers alive to land, the Citrus B50 is going to be your best bet here. Now, I know I just roasted this plane to the ground, but if you guys do really want to get this and land with all passengers alive, you're not going to be able to do it with the airliner, the Bone Corday. Bone Corday maybe, but like with these bigger planes, you're not going to be able to do it, mostly. But the Citrus, it only has a couple of seats, and then if you do a duo strat, you could easily make the other person just do all of the stuff on board. If you have a wrench and the power goes out, it's right there, so you don't have to worry about anything else happening. The fuel is really close, so I do recommend this for doing all passengers alive. Endless, I do recommend the Bone Corday, something with two engines. You're going to be getting hit by different stuff. Your engine is going to be dying. If one engine goes down and you're in the middle of it, you're kind of cooked with the Citrus, but Bone Corday or any of the other planes are fine. And if you want no explaining, it's just going to be go from the Doogie to the Bay King. If you don't want the Bay King, just go for the Boeing. Then try to get the B700 Superjet. If you do want, you could get the airliner, but that's really it. then finally get the bone quarry. Now, as I said, the Citrus is one of the worst planes in this game. It only has one engine. It is very trash. For classes, we are going to pretty much just go for the Top Gun. Now, it may sound pretty terrible, but it's really all you're going to need. Now, if you do want something earlier, you obviously get the Taurus for free. The Taurus, you get cameras, and you have 60% more. Oh, well, it's not very. Now, you could get like something like the gas attendee if you have a small plane, because it's pretty much just like a tiny little thing, 2K, and you get free gas. Or you could really get any of these. Don't get the firefighter. You mostly get. I recommend you mostly just get a fire hydrant. It's not very. Now, personally, what I did was just go from the Taurus to the Top Gun. If you do want, you could go with the Amateur. I just bought this. My friend says it's good. I do think if you have trouble landing this plane, do get this. This is a very nice. So go from the Taurus to the Amateur to the Top Gun. Then if you want the flight attendant, but if you do want to land all passengers alive, get this, but it's not really going to be too much of helpful. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed and want more progression guides or guides, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and your boy Epic is out. Booyah!